Leave it to me. This isn't my story but the someone who works with me. We work for a retail drugstore chain. I'm going to call my colleague Jane. Our store is 24 hours. I work the morning shift, Jane works the overnight shift. We're both shift supervisors. In recent months shoplifting has become a very bad problem. Monday through Friday between 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. overnight has a frequent customer come in. Let's call her Amanda. Amanda works as a security guard and is in her uniform. She comes into the store before going to work to buy some soda, snacks and cigarettes. She's quite friendly and the staff knows her by name. This particular morning Jane has her eye on a suspected shoplifter SL. There's a woman somewhere in her mid-20s with a large bag and she's stuffing it with hair products, makeup and other items. Amanda tries to say hi to Jane but Jane signals that she has her eye on someone. Amanda mouths, "Leave it to me." Amanda follows the woman for a few feet then the following conversation happens. Amanda, "Finding everything okay?" SL, "Yes, everything is great." Amanda, peering into the woman's bag, "Are you shoplifting?" SL, frightened voice, "Yes." Amanda, "I advise you stop and return all the stuff in your bag before I call the police." Amanda starts to take out her cell phone. SL dumps everything in her bag in the middle of the aisle and quickly runs out the door. As SL is dumping her stuff Amanda tells her, "I'd better not see you in this store again or I will call the police and report this incident." Amanda informs Jane about the pile of merchandise and proceeds to do her shopping. At the cash register Jane and the cashier are thanking Amanda profusely for her stopping the shoplifter. Amanda says she likes our store and doesn't want people like SL ruining it for her. All I will say is Amanda, you rock. While shopping at Walmart. After work one day, I stopped in at my local Walmart to pick up a few things on my way home. I'm walking down a main aisle about to head to the registers and I keep hearing "Excuse me. Excuse me." Curious, I look up and this older woman is walking right towards me, pushing a buggy. We make eye contact and she says, "Do you work here?" I'm baffled. I look down at my outfit, dark green matching scrubs with a stethoscope and ID badge around my neck, look back up at her and say absolutely not. And walk away. She tuts as I'm walking away saying something about how rude I am. I'm laughing to myself about it while checking out and mention it to the security guard standing near the exit/entrance to the store. We both start laughing and he says, "My first guess looking at you is that you're a doctor, not an employee here. Thanks for the compliment but, not a doctor. I probably don't work here for the same reason you don't." One day I was picking something up in the grocery area at a Walmart for a friend. I was wearing jeans and anime t-shirt. A woman walked up to me and asked where something was. I responded, "Sorry, I don't work here." She then said, "Why not?" I followed with, "Probably the same reason you don't. I make more money not working here." Then walked away from her. She was dumbfounded and just stood in the aisle. I was finally freed today. Just a quick encounter I had with a crazy lady today. My kids have the day off from school, so I took the day off from work and we had a daddy/daughter's day. I took them out to breakfast, and then a trip to the mall. We started off in one of the department stores, and my daughters decided to start looking there for new outfits. Now I love my daughters, but shopping is absolutely not my thing. So while they're looking for clothes I'm standing over by one of the counters waiting and reading on my phone. I hear someone make a noise behind me, so I look up and there's a lady standing there with a huge armful of clothes. I figured she was heading to check out so I moved over to the side of the counter. She says "Excuse me," and I figured she's talking to one of the employees. A few seconds later she yells "Excuse me," and I look up to see what's going on. That's when I realized she was talking to me. By this time, people are staring at us, including my daughters. This is the rest of the encounter. Me equals me. CL equals crazy lady. Me, yeah? CL, don't yeah me. Take these, I don't want any of them. She sticks the clothes out towards me. Me, yeah, I don't work here. CL, I don't care what department you work in, take the damn clothes. Now on any other day, I would have simply told her to piss off and go find someone who works there. But since I was out with my daughters, I decided to handle it a little differently. Me, excuse me? CL, she's getting really pissed at this point, and she yells again, "Take the goddamn clothes." And this time she shoves the clothes into my chest. Me, I look down at the clothes for a second, and then look at her with a huge smile on my face. Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free. And I threw the entire pile of clothes back in her face. She was standing there stunned/shocked, people in the store were cracking up laughing. My oldest daughter was trying to hide because she was so embarrassed, which is nothing new. I walked over to my girls and asked if they found anything they liked. They hadn't, so we left. As we were walking out I could see CL yelling at a couple of actual employees who looked like they were doing their best not to laugh also. Karen tries to get me fired, then says she married my gay cousin. For a little backstory, I'm in my junior year, grade 11, and I'm taking an education course, which basically teaches you how to be a teacher. We have to have field experience or practical work. We basically get sent to a school and put into a classroom to help the teacher. It's a great way to see if teaching is right for you. Well, the classroom I'm currently stationed is a pretty good one. I know the teacher pretty well because she was my teacher and my brother's teacher when we were younger. This means she trusts me to do a lot more than other teachers probably would. Her class was having a back-to-school party and the teacher asked if I would mind getting some sodas the night before and she would pay me back for them. The reason she asked is because she forgot them. She's old, it happens, of course, I agree. I go to our local store and grab 3 12-packs of sodas. There are only 24 students in the class but I wasn't sure what they liked, plus the teachers could just have what was left over. I decided to also get a few small gifts like candy or small toys as they were cheap. By the time I finished, my cart was pretty full but I was obviously shopping and not working. As I'm walking to the till, I decide to go ahead and grab some cheap things for me to have for dinner the night as well. I stop my cart and start reaching up on the shelf to grab things. While I'm turned around, a woman starts digging around in my cart. I quickly stop her and ask, "What are you doing?" She says, "Well, aren't you stocking shelves?" "I'm just taking some of the candy." Now, to be fair, I was still wearing my school uniform, which is pretty similar to the store's. Both are khaki pants and blue polos, but the store shirts have the store name on the back. I decide to give her the benefit of the doubt and just say, "No, I'm shopping. I need this candy for school, please put it back." She starts getting huffy and says, "You're wearing the uniform. Stop lying or I'll have you fired. My husband is the manager." Now, I know she's lying. I know, because my cousin is the manager. My cousin is married, but definitely not to her. He's gay. I say I know that isn't true, just give me my candy. I take it back from her and head to the till. As I'm checking out, I see her complaining to none other than my cousin. I pay and decide to let her know that I knew she was full of crap. I go and give my cousin a hug and ask him how his husband was doing. Her face went red and she hurried off. It's a beautiful day for a train ride. Right, so this took place way back in 2007 when I was in my early 20s, working full-time at an auto parts store. I drove a white 1982 Nissan Pulsar. It was ancient but no complaints. Relevant, I promise. It's 7 a.m., I'm driving to work one morning and pull up at a crosswalk to allow a dog walker to pass me. Without warning, my passenger door opens and a gentleman hops in next to me, nods, says a friendly hello and buckles his seatbelt. He was a sweet-faced, white-haired senior wearing a sweater and brown pants. Definitely in his 80s. I stared in shock and stumbled my words, totally bewildered by what was happening. He saw my expression and said, "Oh. I'm sorry. The train station, please." That's when I saw the taxi rank near the crosswalk. Taxis here are white but definitely not hatchbacks, like my car was. He had a big cheery smile and, still puzzled, I realized that the local train station was 2 streets away from where I worked. I was heading past there anyway. And he didn't seem like an axe murderer, so, why not? I relaxed a little, shrugged and said, sure thing. We drove off together and he peered out the window, smiling. He said, "You taxis are much quicker these days. It's a beautiful day for a train ride, don't you think?" He looked at me, still with this big smile and said, "I'm Jerry, lovely to meet you. I'm meeting my friend for breakfast today. I'm so excited. I haven't been on the train in years. All my friends have passed on and I don't really need to go out of town. Well, not until I made a new friend recently. It's funny how life goes, isn't it? An old codger like me with a breakfast date. Can you imagine?" "Oh well, that sounds lovely, Jerry. Where are you off to?" He cheerily described the town he was visiting, an hour away by train, and described the store he wanted to visit while he was there. We chatted the whole way and I was so taken by how upbeat and cheerful he was. We pulled into the offloading zone outside the train station and he pulled out his wallet. I jumped in, saying, "Oh no charge mate, I don't have my meter working yet." Telling a lie was better than deflating his happy spirit with an embarrassing situation. He was chuffed. It was a chilly morning. I walked him to the ticket office, where there was a heated waiting room he could sit in until his train arrived. He thanked me, smiled and said, "It's a beautiful day for a train ride. You take care now." "Take care, Jerry. It's been 11 years and I often find myself smiling when I remember him. I don't give a damn about your kid." I made the mistake of wearing khakis and a red shirt into Target once. I got asked so many questions, but just laughed it off. One lady though. I was looking at makeup and this lady with her small child came running up to me. She asked where the bathrooms were and I told her I had no idea. She went from 1 to 100 and started screaming her child was about to have an accident, so I better get on my radio and figure it the fuck out. I said, "I don't work here and frankly I don't give a damn about your kid." She went stomping off, so I went to grab groceries. As I'm wheeling up to pay, the lady taps on my shoulder and says gleefully, "Remember me? You're getting fired." I look over to the manager who looks at me and says, "I don't recognize you. Do you work here?" When I said no, he looked really exhausted and said, "I'm sorry ma'am, enjoy your day." The crazy lady was still insisting he fire me as I was leaving. Poor guy. I've never made that fashion mistake again. I don't work here, I own the place. Reading another post about lawn and weeds reminded me of this incident last month. Background, I'm a small Chinese woman living in a predominantly white neighborhood. Our house have a large front yard, and we like to do the gardening ourselves. I don't speak with an accent, and I usually use a very English name for easy communication. I called for a free estimate from a local duct cleaning service, and scheduled it on a Saturday. My mom and I were in the front yard planting flowers and eating, chatting family stuff in our own language while enjoying the nice weather outside. We were in full gardening gear complete with straw hats and rain boots with face masks on, A white truck with a trailer drove up and a mid-aged man jumped out. Guy, waving me down, hey. Where is the owner of the house? Me, pulling down my mask, oh, you must be the duct cleaning service, please come in with me. Guy, annoyed, no, I need to speak with the landlord. Me, chuckles, I am the landlord. You need to come in the house for the ST. Guy, cuts me off, no, I need to speak to the person who made the call. Me, pulling out my phone, okay, hold on. Dialing the company number, Guy, pulling out his phone, see? The landlord is calling me. Me, hi, I'm English name. I'm standing right in front of you. I don't think I will be needing your services today. Goodbye. The guy stood there dumbstruck for a moment, then sulkily walked back to his truck and left. My mom looked at me confused and asked in Chinese what was that? I shrugged and answered, looks like we need to call another duct cleaning company. Pulled out an Uno reverse card. This happened earlier this week. Told the story to some